So you may be wondering why I'm sharing a sandwich with a random dude from Spain. Well, let me take it back to the start. As a kid, I've always wanted to break a world record, but I've never really known how to do it. But that was when I came across this article about the Earth sandwich. So if you don't know what an Earth sandwich is, it's basically where two people from different locations place a piece of bread down on one side of the Earth, and on the exact opposite side of the Earth, they place down another piece of bread to create an Earth sandwich. So you're probably thinking to yourself, how are you going to make this into a world record? Basically, I've done a bunch of research and I found that people have attempted this before, but only with one slice of bread on either side of the Earth. So my idea is to place a loaf of bread this side and measure it, and then also a loaf of bread at the other side of the Earth and measure it, and that would be the tallest Earth sandwich. But I have a problem. I need someone in New Zealand to help me do this. So to help me find someone from New Zealand, I posted this TikTok. A few days later, I actually got a message from one of my friends on Discord, and she said that she was down to do this and she was traveling to Auckland this weekend to visit her brother. So we used this map tunneling tool to try and find a suitable place near Auckland. Eventually, we found two places in the complete opposite side of the world where there were roads. So we decided this was the place we were going to place the loaf of bread down on either side. So I had to figure out how I was going to get to Therefor, Spain. So I booked a flight, accommodation, and also a hire car so that I could get to this very location. And the other issue we had is that we wanted to make it as close to a realistic sandwich as possible. Bogles is apparently sold in the UK and New Zealand, so I headed to my local supermarket to try and find it. And there it was. But if I bought it when I was there, the loaf of bread would have gone off by the time I got to Spain. So I decided to leave it and pick it up on the morning that I left. If we wanted this to be an official world record, which obviously we did, we would need to document it. So I headed over to Guinness World Record's website to find out this. So basically, because we weren't having representatives from Guinness World Records actually with us at the time, we needed to have a witness statement. And it mentions that we need a minimum of 2 witnesses. So that means in Spain, I've got to find at least one person to witness me placing down a loaf of bread and also taking the measurement of the bread and then signing a witness statement. Now, this could be really tricky because I obviously do not know anyone in Spain, but we're going to give it our best shot. Time's ticking, so I need to go out, get the bread, and then head over to London where this journey all starts. I headed down to the shop before I headed off to London for my flight, but of course it was sold out. With time ticking, I had just enough time to stop for one last time before my flight. I managed to find a Waitrose that was on the way, and of course it was late, so it was closed. But a loaf of bread wasn't going to stop me. So I continued my journey to London and flew from London to Malaga. Once I landed, I picked up a rental car and started driving to find a supermarket. Eventually, I found a Lidl's and looked around for the longest loaf of bread I could find. And there it was. And me being the complete idiot that I am, I completely forgot to pack a tape measure. So I had to find a local hardware store and pick up a tape measure. I then jumped back in the car and drove towards Therefor, Spain.
2 hours later.
So I've just arrived in Therefor. My current coordinates, I don't know if you guys can see this. And there you go. You guys should be able to see that these are my coordinates. So I'm fairly close to where I need to be, but not exactly in the right location. Now, obviously we use the map tunneling tool to find the exact locations, but I'm not entirely sure how accurate this is because I may end up on a building or somewhere where I can't actually get to. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out the coordinates that I need to be at. I haven't actually got too far to go. Apparently it's only 8 minutes away. I've just parked the car up and the location I need to be at is just down there apparently, so we'll see if we can get to it in a minute. So right now we are 200 meters away from where I need to be. I set the coordinates as my home, so right now we're edging closer and closer, but the issue is it's telling me to go over there and there's a huge wall, so I guess I need to be up there somewhere. So right now it's reading 187 meters away. I'm gonna try and head over to where that white wall is because I think that's where I need to be. First of all, we're gonna do a bit of parkour. Is this someone's land? I don't know if this is someone's land, but don't mind me. I'm just climbing through. Right, let's get off this quick. just in case it is actually someone's land. We're only 165 meters away now. This is perfect. We're less than 100 meters away. Oh, I'm gonna run up. 50 meters away. Look at that view, guys. Wow. That's incredible. 16 meters away. It's literally there. When I got here, I couldn't quite understand why the map didn't look like it did on the map tunneling tool. So I sat down on my phone and entered the coordinates into maps, and lo and behold, I was in the wrong place. But guys, before we find out if I can actually make it to the location, smash a like for good luck. Let's see if we can try and smash through 3,000 likes, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to hit 1 million subscribers, and 60% of you guys aren't even subscribed. Anyway, back to the video. We found it, boys. As you can see, there's a little indent down there. If I turn to my right, there's also an alleyway there. If I turn to my right once again, there's another alleyway. And the two maps 100% line up. Now that I knew that I could actually get to the location, I now needed to find a witness. And this was by far the hardest part. Literally no one in Olvera spoke a word of English. And this is how the first conversation with a local went. Hola. Do you speak English?
Yo speak English, no.
Oh, okay.
No possible.
Okay, sorry. But then I came across a couple of tourists. This is going to sound really weird. All right, have you ever heard of an earth sandwich?
What kind of sandwich?
An earth sandwich.
No.
So basically, right here, I need to place down a piece of bread.
Yes.
Like literally in that spot right there.
Yeah.
And then someone in New Zealand is going to place down the piece of bread down at the same time.
Ah, okay, I understand.
But I need to have a witness.
Okay.
Are you going to be here tomorrow?
No.
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 Oh no. It was just my luck that they weren't going to be around tomorrow, but then I started speaking to another Spanish dude. I've just had my sister translate a bunch of stuff in Spanish, and I found a bloke who seemed like he was down to witness what was going on, and I'm going to go and speak to him again now.
No problem.
No? Okay. But of course, he didn't want to give out personal details that I needed for this witness statement. So I ended up giving up for the day and got some rest. So unfortunately, I still had no witness, but that wasn't going to stop the earth sandwich either. In typical fashion, I had forgot to pick up some sandwich filler, so I headed to the nearest town where I bought some ham and cheese. We're ready, boys. We got the bread. We just need to head up to the location over there. It's just starting to get light outside now. The time is 7:23. I'm supposed to be getting there by 8 o'clock, and then I'm gonna message Ella and see if she's at her location. Just to double check that I was in the correct spot, I pinned the coordinates and walked towards them. And there we go. I was stood on the exact coordinates I needed to be. I marked the spot with a rock, rang Ella on Discord, and got speaking to her brother.
Having a slight issue where we're meant to be on the map, but coordinates-wise, we're moving and the coordinates aren't changing.
So while they were having trouble to find the exact coordinates, all of a sudden a man appeared out of nowhere. Hola.
Yeah.
English?
Okay, so
Do you speak English?
No.
So you don't want to witness me trying to break a world record? Hello, I'm from England. I have traveled to this location to try and break a world record.
Hola, soy de Inglaterra. He viajado a este lugar para intentar romper un récord mundial.
Do you want to help?
Who?
We'll have to keep using that.
Sí.
After about 5 minutes worth of translating, this is what he thought was going on.
Entonces, el récord que quieres hacer consiste en comernos un sándwich.
So what you want to do is eat a sandwich.
Eventually, he understood what was happening and he agreed to actually witness what was going on. I could not believe my luck. Meanwhile, Ella, her brother, and a couple witnesses that they had brought were trying to find the correct coordinates. Eventually, they found the right location and we both began to build our sandwiches. The random dude I just met also helped me make the sandwich. Unfortunately, in Spain, I didn't have enough sandwich filler to put a slice of ham and cheese in each sandwich. So I placed a slice of bread, ham, slice of bread, and then cheese. And then towards the end, I also added some Pringles. Whereas on the other side of the world, Ella was placing one slice of ham, cheese, and also some Pringles in one sandwich. As our sandwiches became taller, we got one step closer to breaking the world record. All of the planning and hard work that had gone into this video was about to become reality. Once we had made the sandwich, I then transported it to the location, and we were about to make the world's biggest earth sandwich. I placed the sandwich down and let the guys on the other side of the world know that I had just done this. Now all we had to do was measure the length of our sandwiches.
Make sure it's all the way on the floor, which it is. Then I make that 32 centimeters.
And on the other side of the world in New Zealand, theirs measured 23.5 centimeters. And of course, we can't forget the huge meatball that is inside the sandwich. According to Google, the diameter of the Earth is 12,742 kilometers. But either way, we surrounded the Earth in a 55 centimeter sandwich.
I think we did it.
Awesome. Cool.
Hey! Hey!
To celebrate, we all had a bite of the Earth sandwich. Now you're probably wondering, are we official world record holders? Well, I'm not entirely sure as of now. I have to send the evidence to Guinness World Records, but I will keep you guys updated. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more dumb stuff like this.